I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry.
Let's keep it 100. I have no issue if you could just be honest, right? You just would be like, oh, a mistake happened. Right? You'd have been able to just wake up the next day, not lose a drop of motherfucking sleep. But I'd have had 3 fucking kids. 3 kids with no dad. Dad a criminal? Nope. Dad a thug? Nope. Dad shot dead by a cop, made a mistake.
Hello, listeners and viewers. This is the Faison View Podcast, episode 175, man. Change is upon us, man. Let it be known. Change is upon us. So, man, we have a very important podcast. Every single podcast, my platform, I'm using it in good, positive ways, man. So you already know how we coming. So we got Color Power. You already know 1CLRPOWER.com, 1CLRPOWER.com. Man, make sure you go shop black-owned businesses, man. Handcrafted by yours truly. Handcrafted jewelry, handcrafted chains, necklaces, man. What you want to do, man? I'm getting flashy on y'all now. I got the waist beads now. So ladies, man, make sure you hit me up. They're not on the website yet, but I got them. I got them. You know what I'm saying? Anklets, got them. So we getting right in. Into it, man. Getting right into it. This is a very important podcast, and I'm the things that are going on is very serious to me. It's very serious in our community, and you're gonna make sure that you're gonna hear my voice during this time, because the ones that are silent, those are the ones that are against us. If you're silent, I don't got nothing to say with you. We're not messing with you. You can stay over there and be silent, because these times are pivotal. We need everyone to speak up and use their platform for something positive and making positive input on the youth and talking to everybody and educating other people. So first and foremost, our topics here we had today, just George Floyd updates on the protests, everything globally that's going on. Secondly, we're going to talk about true colors, of course. I spoke on the last podcast, and it's true. It's coming out, and we're going to get to that, and then we're going to talk about the Brees comments, and we're going to talk about Trina's comments. Hey, going to get into it today. Thirdly, we're going to talk about the huge donations to racial injustice, man. Everybody donating, it's amazing, man. Everybody is down for the cause. Not everybody, you're always going to have those ones, but it's a lot of people that you wouldn't expect to donate, wouldn't expect to speak up, they're speaking up. So that's beautiful in itself. And another, you know what I'm saying, defund the police. I'm on the side of that, but I'm gonna definitely give you my views on it. But I totally agree. And lastly, man, you know, gotta shake it up, make you guys, you know what I'm saying, think a little bit. Would you rather want to be a kid in these times right now, or would you rather want to be an adult in these times right now? So we're gonna shake it up. You already know how we getting down, man. And guess what? Before I get started, man, make sure you go kick that follow button. Risk Taker 4X, man, it's going up, man. Risk Taker 4X. Make sure you go follow that on IG. I will be putting that below. At Risk Taker, RISK Taker TAKER. You already know 4X. FOREX, man. So we're gonna get into it. That's gonna be below. Hey, man. The time is now. Time is now to get involved, man. Time is now to create generational wealth, man. So keep your minds heavy, man. I know a lot is going on, but make sure you really doing what you got to do. So, man, first and foremost, George Floyd, man, his funeral, his memorial, man. Rest in peace to him, man. This is just a crazy thing. But guess what, George Floyd? And I hope you're listening to me now, man. You changed the world, and you're continuously changing the world right now. So far, we have every single state protesting. Never has happened in the history. Like 2020 is breaking history. 18 countries protesting. All in Europe, UK. Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see, man. It's beautiful from all walks of life. Just understanding and knowing that not just George Floyd, but all of our black people, man, we matter, man. We matter. No matter how much you try to take us away from our loved ones, we matter. And we standing for it, man. We tired. We definitely tired. So, man, with this thing going on, man, I just wanna give it all praise to God, man. Cause this is beautiful, man. 2020 has been such a roller coaster, and it's still continuously going on. This is just only, of course, it's crazy because we're already in June. Time is flying, but this is the beginning of the journey to something so beautiful. Because years to come, we're gonna be looking back on 2020 and say we made history. We changed the world. We changed the world and how a lot of people think in this world. And like I spoke about last time, the true colors are starting to come out. And it's only been a week. It's only been a week, and so much has happened. So much has happened. So many Karens out here. So much white supremacists going around, terrorizing. It's been a really roller coaster week as well. But I would say it's definitely positive in many aspects. But I can honestly say, and honestly, people showing their true colors has been positive. You don't want anybody putting their hands on nobody, anything like that. Like reported in Bethesda, Maryland, crazy. This cyclist disagreed with these children just promoting Black Lives Matter, and they were Caucasian like the cyclist, and he snatched the post out of a little girl's hand and then attacked the boy. I'm sorry if it was a mother and I think her 2 children. If that was me, it would be no more. Point blank, period. In that case, you would have to lock me up because I would strangle somebody. Because these people that are not on the side of us, they think they can do and say whatever they want. But guess what? The time is now. The time is for change. Each and every person that has spoken up and been nasty to people that supporting Black Lives Matter, they're getting charged. They're getting charged, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. You can't just sit here and come up to people and talk to people and disrespect people. And guess what? Guess why this narrative is being painted, and guess why it's happening? Because the person, their president, because it ain't ours, their president feels like it's okay to get on his platform and speak negative and ugly about us. And really what really blew me away and really just disgust me, and make sure y'all go vote immediately. Because this man is this disgusting human being. He really is. No matter how you look at it. He's a disgusting human being. He will say how he feels on that platform. And he using that platform for negative. So him talking about George Floyd's death in regards to unemployment rates and saying George Floyd's looking down, happy about the unemployment rates regarding that, disgusting. 75-year-old man recently just happened. 75-year-old man in Buffalo walking down. I'm not even sure what he was doing wrong at all. He didn't do anything wrong. I honestly thought he was walking up to the police officers to help or assist him. But regardless, this is a 75-year-old man. These 2 police officers push him to the ground. He starts bleeding from the head. And their president is going to sit here and say that was a hoax. They faked that. That type of person and that type of demonic energy, we don't need that. We don't need that. And the fact that he can lead this country and still be leading this country and not being impeached, and if it was Obama or any type of other president of color in there, they would have been out swiftly as soon as they made any type of disrespect or any type of regard dealing with anything. So it's disgusting because you have the blind leading the blind over there. But guess what? We're going to continue to educate. We're going to continue to do our protests and peacefully. And if it's not peacefully, then so what? But honestly, the real thugs you see this week, the real thugs are out there. And it's not us. It's not us. These white supremacists, these people that hide behind these badges, those are the real thugs. Because they hide behind the badge and really use it as a source of power. When you take off that uniform, you're a regular human being just like us. So who you fooling? And it's disgusting that these people get to hide behind the badge and keep showing their true colors with the badge on. But when they take it off, they're a regular human being. So it's disgusting. And it was another case in Virginia, a KKK leader ran into a peaceful protest. So you see how the narrative is changing. And also another NYPD chief also stated that he's tired of his police officers getting treated like animals. Wow, isn't that such a coincidence? Isn't that such a coincidence? Your police officer is not dying behind anything. They're here to protect and serve, but they're not protecting and serving. We get pulled over. It's either we're getting arrested. It's not even a warning no more. It's either we getting arrested or that's an instant death wish. So being black in America and you're being pulled over or you're just being stopped for any type of thing, you can be calling the police. Guess what? Your life can be in jeopardy. And that's why we're protesting. That's why we're trying to change the narrative. So let's not just focus on the negative and fighting negative with negative. We ain't got to deal with that. Because guess what? And I know I'm jumping the segment, but guess what? You hurt people the most is their pockets. And I totally agree with the defund of the police. Because guess what? That defunding of the police can go right back into black communities that you have oppressed. That can go back into the black communities and us making change, actual good change. If you're not, and one of the most disturbing things was too, LAPD heard Bloods and Crips shooting at each other. Let them shoot, let them kill each other. Who you trying to fool? And that was on call. You could actually hear that. It was an audio. It's disgusting. It's disgusting because this happens behind closed doors. It's been happening for years and years and years. But now you got video footage. Now it's time to expose the truth. And it's even more disgusting because now we have video truth or video footage. That doesn't mean necessarily that we're going to get our justice. Just in this George Floyd case, we are not going to be happy until the main murderer on the police force. He's charged with first degree. And his other counterparts are charged with second or third degree because they were on his back too. They beat him in the car. Excessive force. And it still hasn't come out. What did he resist and what did he do to deserve that? Nothing. Y'all took this man's life. Now the world is in an uproar. And as it should be, because we should have been being treated as human beings. I don't know why we had to go through these lengths to get freedom, to get justice, to get our equal rights. This is 2020. 2020, man. I don't know how much sense you can make out of that. It's 2020. So this offer the true colors and everybody showing the true colors, man, guess what? It's a good thing. It is a good thing too. Let's look at it in a positive manner because we can get that negative energy out of here. Show yourself. Stop hiding behind that. Because a lot of people, they're starting to come out for what they truly are. It's racism lives in America. America is built on racism. But yet, the people of color are always called thugs or always called animals. But guess what? If you want to keep a spade a spade, the Caucasians in America, they're real immigrants. Because guess what? Native Americans was here first, buddy. Who overthrown and overtook the Native Americans? So let's keep a spade a spade. Like y'all want to black on black crime. Like it's not white on white crime. Like it's not other races on racist crime. What do you mean? One of the biggest organizations in the world with dealing with crime is the mafia. But yet we're still looked upon as in thugs or as acting as animals. We're gonna really see who's doing that and who's acting like that. So hey, let the true color show, man. And on to Drew Brees' comments and Trina's comments. I will get to Drew Brees' comments first. And let me say this before, I love Drew Brees. I'm sure everybody was shocked and disappointed by this. But Drew Brees, you're totally wrong, and you need to educate yourself. And I feel like he did. I feel like he rebutted and he got it together. But also, it just shows you how uneducated people are about this matter. And it's what is there to be uneducated about? It's a human being's life. We're not trying to disrespect the flag when we kneel. We're kneeling for a reason. We're kneeling for our lives. Kaepernick didn't kneel because he wanted to disrespect the flag. No, he wanted to make a really peaceful protest and get people to understand that we're taking a knee for police brutality. We're taking a knee for injustice. We've been racially unjust for a long time. For a long time. Like, go back to the 80s, Rodney King, that was filmed. They got off. But guess what? Guess what the difference between Rodney King and what now? They killing us now. They actually will murder us in cold blood on camera or not. They don't care. You think they really care? No, absolutely not. So for you not to understand why Cap is kneeling, it's senseless even trying to get you to understand. Yes, we want to educate, but what do you think this whole process is, Drew Brees? What do you think all this is going on right now? And this has happened many times before. Kaepernick made his stance back in 2016. It's 2020. It's still going on. So for you not to understand that and not understand that we need to be treated as human beings too. 70% of the NFL are African Americans. 90% of Drew Brees' New Orleans Saints team is African American. Your number one wide receiver is African American. And it's more disappointing and hurts because Drew Brees is actually a good guy. He supports Louisiana and New Orleans to the fullest. I've seen plenty of interviews and plenty of things of Drew Brees doing good for the community. So it's not saying that he's racist. That's definitely not what we're saying. That's not what people are saying. But you need to educate yourself before you talk on certain manners because you are higher ups in this platform, man. Imagine when Kaepernick kneeled. Imagine if people like, I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, if people of Drew Brees, magnitude of Tom Brady, who all these quarterbacks have encountered and have had African Americans on their team as teammates, and y'all treat each other like brothers. So if you can't treat me as a brother in this circumstances where we're talking about our livelihood, then I don't know what we can conversate about. It's way bigger than football. This is a life matter. So I just need people to start opening their eyes in what they say, because what Drew Brees said was just, it's not saying it's totally disgusting, but you're missing the whole point. And you talking about the military and going to the military and saying that your grandfather was in the military and fought for the war. Okay. You don't think it was black people and black men in the military too? But guess what? They had to come back home and fight, and still they had to come back home from the war and still fight for their lives in America. Let that sink in. You're protecting and serving your country, and you come back to racial injustice still. That happens to us. So it's not about military. It's not just about the war. It is about people treating people equal. And the fact that we had to talk about this in 2020 is baffling. It's baffling because I don't want my children to have to go through this. I don't. And I'm sure my parents, I'm sure my grandparents probably thought too, like, I hope and pray that my child doesn't have to go through this where they see color and they judge, because it should not be that way. Everyone should be colorblind because everyone is a human being. You should treat them as such. It's so simple. It's plain and simple, honestly. So with Drew Brees, he was just very, very misinformed. He did rebuttal. He did actually mention Trump and spoke on matters and things. But we just got to do better, man. We just got to do better and watch what we say. And Trina really disappointed me as well. Like, Trina, everybody loves Trina, especially in the black community. And for her to say that in regards into the looting and rioters being thugs and animals, and not thugs, but running around like crazy animals, wild animals, and not just saying that she was regarding that to black people, but guess what? You gotta add context. If you're gonna say something, you gotta add context, because guess what? Sadly and unfortunately, when that is said of such a thugs and wild animals and we've been called that and disrespected in so many ways in that manner. When we hear that, we get offended already. And for Trina to say that just because one of her friends' business gets rioted or looted or anything like that, and you not speaking on anything about what's going on or any of the matters, and then you just randomly speak on this subject, yeah, it does. It does, Trina. It looks very bad. It looks very bad. We support you wholeheartedly. And it's just sad. It's sad because why do we have to be getting called out our name? Why? Like, that's what I was pointing to earlier. Like, these other people, that it doesn't happen. And in Minneapolis, the person who set the precinct on fire was a Caucasian male. He set a precinct on fire. And yes, he maybe was doing it alongside the riot, the protest. That's cool. But guess what? Imagine if that was a black man or female who set the precincts on fire. He wouldn't have just been locked up and then put cuffs on him and just taking pictures of him so we know who it's him. They wouldn't have probably reported it because they would have probably killed us behind the scenes and never spoke on it. Let's keep it spade a spade. We got to put these things out on the table for people to really understand what we go through. Like I said, either we're getting arrested or the consequences is death. Why? So when all you guys say, or when people say all lives matter when Black lives matters. Because guess what? All lives don't matter if Black lives don't matter and if we keep getting killed. So let's stop that narrative that we're trying to paint. Oh yeah, well, all lives don't matter. But guess what? We're losing our lives senselessly every single day from the same people that wear that badge and is supposed to protect and serve, but they're killing us. Make sense of it. I want anybody to make sense of that. So let's really just come together. And this is beautiful because, like I said, 50 states protesting, 18 countries protesting. Man, we here, and the change is upon us. We gotta keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing the narrative, and I'm gonna use my platform especially to talk about these matters. Absolutely. And Trina, man, she did apologize too, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like apology after apology. What do you not see? Do you not understand what's going on? Do you not understand that's been going on for years and years and decades and generation and generation? What is there to explain? We want to be treated equally. Point blank, period. Love us like you love Black culture. How about that? It's simple. Love us like you love Black culture. You got people that's quick to get butt injections and do all this other stuff and look Black, but or do anything and listen to our music and dress how we dress and do what we do. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty of being Black, it's like, oh. Stop being silly. And it's beautiful to see also in a positive manner that people that are doing that and love Black culture, they out there for us. They out there riding with us, all races. I'm from the DC area, all races. To see that Black Lives Matter up on 16th Street, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because even though it's 2020, we don't want to have to go to this, but guess what? That symbolizes that change is coming and the change is upon us, for sure. So, I also want to give some shout outs to the huge donations to racial injustice, honestly. Michael Jordan and the Jordan brand, 100 mil over 10 years, so 10 mil a year. So that was beautiful. That was beautiful. You got Ben and Jerry. Ben and Jerry actually been really out here doing stuff, man. Ben and Jerry been getting arrested, been speaking out, been making paragraphs. That's real, man. That's real. That's real, and they don't have to do that. That's real. That's what we want. We want you to be on our side, and if you're gonna be on our side, be genuine about it. Be for us. You have also Nike, who donated $40 million to racial injustice, and honestly, the list goes on. There's been a ton of companies really donating and putting their money where their mouth is, and honestly, you can't say nothing about it. They're doing a very great job with donating and understanding what's going on in these times. It makes it bittersweet a little bit because some of these entities, such as the NFL, that really got me really mad. I'm gonna speak on that real quick because the NFL got me really mad. And Roger Goodell, how dare you sit here and speak up? How dare you speak up? How dare you sit here and say something? When you blackball you blackball this male you blackball Kaepernick for peacefully protesting and sitting on one knee for racial injustice and police brutality. Peacefully. You blackball this man out of the league. And now you have so much to say on Black Lives Matter and what goes on in the black community, and we support the black community when your league is 70% African American. You disgust me. You disgust me, bro. Roger Goodell is like he's a prime example of what I don't want to be on our side. Because it's not even just about the change, it's about the money that's in your pocket and you losing viewers and you losing. Because when Kaepernick did that year, the NFL was not the same. They lost so many viewers. And I honestly don't think they have recouped since Kaepernick did that of all their viewers and consumers of the NFL and fans of the NFL. Rightfully so. Because you treating this like a plantation, brother. For real. The league is 70% African American. Why is it only 3 black coaches? Why is it only 2 black general managers? Let that sink in. Roger Goodell, don't speak on nothing. Don't say nothing. Because it's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. You blackball this man for 4 years for really just speaking up for racial injustice and police brutality in which we go through, and our black people getting treated as animals and getting killed off like animals every single day. Yeah, okay. Roger Goodell, man, you can go ahead with your money, whatever, bro, for real. And that's what we need to really do is really vote and get another and get something together where we can get this a new commissioner in the NFL, new president of the NFL, because he disgusts me. He disgusts me, and he should discuss every NFL player that's in the NFL, because that's not what you should represent as the leader and the owner of the NFL. Goofball. So, also, and it was talks about the defund of police, and the movement is continuing. And I feel like, yes, it should. We should defund the police. Because guess what? Y'all are out here to protect and serve, but guess what? You guys are not doing that. You guys are killing us. You guys are making an example out of us to show to America. And guess what? And you're forcing these people, such as the people that murdered and killed Ahmaud Arbery for no reason. Stuff like that. That's what you're really enforcing around America. That's what you're trying to do. We're not going to continue to paint that narrative of us. You're not going to continue to just kill us. Let's defund y'all. And guess what? Let's put that black into the black communities that you already have oppressed. How about that? You know how many cases it will be if it was video evidence back in the day? You think NWA just happened out of nowhere? No, it didn't. They were oppressed by the police in LA in a crazy tough time. After police didn't just come about just because. This has been going on for a long time. We're tired and we're sick of it. And the change is upon us. And we're going to make you say all their names. Because guess what? We're looking for convictions. We're looking for convictions. Point blank. We want to see you in jail for life and rotting in jail for life if you're going to sit here and murder innocent people that you're supposed to be protecting and serving. And if they did do wrong, how about you send them to jail like you're supposed to do, not send them to a death wish and have their loved ones crying. You're killing fathers, you're killing mothers, you're killing brothers, you're killing sisters, and you're doing it senselessly. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid it was the other way around. God forbid. So I'm all on the side of defunding the police. I'm totally with that. Because guess what? We can put all that money back into these communities. I heard LA, they're going to be, I don't know if this is for sure, but the LAPD, they're going to be getting defund and putting that $150 million to racial injustice and back into the black communities that you always or already had oppressed. You'll drive right past the Ivy League school, that they do coke and do crack and do all this crazy stuff, but you'll go right back to the inner city poverty and lock these people up. Come on now, let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. So definitely on the side of that, man. I just want to keep spreading the knowledge and keep spreading the word that our Black Lives Matter, man. For real, we're gonna make you say their names. So lastly, man, would you rather be a child in these circumstances and what's going on now, or would you rather be an adult? And with me, I would say honestly, I know the times are trying, and being an adult is really trying times because the economy, we're going in recession. We're actually in a recession now. It's a lot of tough things that weight on the shoulders, but I can honestly say I'd rather be an adult in these times. And for one reason only, is to really teach and educate my son on what's going on when he gets of that age. Because I have the knowledge, I have the wisdom, and I can always gain more knowledge. But I have the wisdom and knowledge to really express to him what's going on now. And when those talks come, I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready for it because guess what? I feel like that's one of the main reasons. These are the main things that we need to take care of in our communities. It's schooling. It's school and educating. Because guess what? Racism, you're not born into being racist, or you're not born into being a racist, or where we are born into racism, because that's the lives we live dealing with the police and dealing with that stuff. But I'm saying that you are taught racism. You are taught that. So within these schools, I feel like things that we need to get done is to reconstruct the whole history book, social studies, reconstruct it all. Because most of that is very false, and most of that has a lot to do with white supremacy. So we need to get that out. We need to teach financial literacy to our children. And when they get of age and understanding what credit is and understanding how to balance your checkbook, we need to get these things done in our schools, within our community. Because guess what? The generations like after us, they're going to be the ones. They're going to be the ones to lead. They're going to be the ones. They're going to be our new leaders. So we need to teach them everything. We need to give them their knowledge. If you have children of age, make sure you're giving them that talk. Make sure you're talking to them. Make sure you're encouraging them. Making sure that you compliment them. Make sure they are loved. Because guess what? What's going on right now is really teaching your children in a trying time. Like, it's hard to love. It's hard to understand. And we don't need that. We don't want that. We don't want our children to be growing up not colorblind and seeing different colors and making remarks and being nice to one another. No, we love everyone for who they are. We love everyone for human beings. We don't see color. We don't need to see color because we need to treat each other as human beings. So I feel like it's very pivotal that we educate our children, educate our loved ones, but just mostly the children, our youth. Those are our future. That's our future leaders, man. So we're doing an amazing job, man. Let's keep it going, man. Change is upon us. Change is upon us, man. I love you guys, man. All listeners and viewers, man. Make sure that you fill in your comments. Say what you got to say as well, too, man. Like I said, being silent is not getting us anywhere. Being silent is showing us that you are against us more than anything. You're right on the side of the oppressor if you're silent. So I need everyone to talk, everyone to speak their mind in these trying times. Everyone needs to stop, talk, and speak up. Voices need to be heard. We need to set an example for our younger ones. So lastly, man, Black-owned businesses in which I always support and I'm going to continue to support. Make sure you support mine at ColorPower1CLR, POWER.com, man. Make sure you go shop at the website, man. I got all different colors, man. You already know, man. Hey, they're going out fast. I got some waist beads that's coming through, man. So I'm going to get it done, man. I'm going to get it done. So make sure you're supporting these Black-owned businesses. Let's make sure that we build our economy up with our Black people and with our communities. Let's do that. Let's make sure it gets done. Like, that's needed ASAP. So, hey, man, another great episode, man. Make sure you guys definitely comment below, talk to me, give me feedback. I love each and one of you listeners and viewers and supporters and subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, man. And guess what, man? Change is upon us. So, love you guys, man. Make sure you go support me. Make sure you go support all Black-owned businesses, man. Love. One.